my sister, Ismene. We are alive. But the grief, the suffering that Zeus puts on us, I know must come from our father's curse. I have seen it all. The grief, the sense of doom, and yes, the disgrace in the eyes of the world. And now the pain gets worse. This edict. The people say that Creon has proclaimed it to the whole city. What have you heard?
My sister, my Antigone. I have heard nothing. Nothing. Not since that moment when we lost our two brothers. When our world died as they died. The Argive army has left. I have no further news.
That is why I brought you from the house. What I have to say is for your ears alone.
Tell me. Tell me all.
Creon will honor one of our brothers in death, dishonor the other. Anticles he has buried, respecting all law, all custom, all sense of justice. And Anticles now shares honor with the dead. Polynices is a mere corpse in the sand, a sad dead body that none can bury, none mourn for, bereft of tears, bereft of soothing earth. His body lies there to fill the hungry eyes and jaws of scavenging birds. No one shall touch him. Creon has made this a law, and he, great Creon, comes here now to proclaim this law to you and me, specifically to me. But there is more. He will condemn to death anyone who attempts to bury Polynices, and the death will be by public stoning in the city. That is the truth. What will you do?
If this is where matters now lie, what can I do? My poor sister, I can do nothing that would either help or harm.
Then will you join with me in what I have to do?
What is it that you have to do? What risk will you take?
If you join with me and bury the body.
Polynices? What's the law forbids?
He is our brother. Perhaps you wish he was not. I will not forsake him.
You are rash, my sister. Creon has passed an edict.
Creon cannot keep me from the one I love.
I love you, my sister. But remember how our father died. Not only unloved, but hated. Hated. He knew the curse and he put out his own sad eyes. Remember his wife, his own mother. Remember her death, the anguish, the shame, the news. Remember our brothers. They murdered and they died one day to death. The hands that love suddenly killed. And now we are alone. We do know that painful death if we ignore the king and forget the law. Remember that we are women. Remember that the law belongs to man. This edict, cruel as it is, must be obeyed. I ask forgiveness. I ask forgiveness of the dead. I have no power. I must bow to those who have it. To make a wild and futile gesture makes no sense.
I ask nothing of you. Nothing. Even if you chose to join me now, it's too late. I would not permit it. Be what you are. But I will bury Polynices. I will do what I must do, and I will die an honorable death. I am his family, his kin, and kin will lie by kin. As for you, dishonor what the gods have honored.
I will dishonor no one, but I cannot resist the rule of law. I can't.
That easy phrase protects you. I will leave you now to bury my brother whom I love.
My sister, I feel nothing but terror. I fear for you.
For me? Feel no fear for me. Put your own life in order.
Tell no one of what you're about to do, and I will do the same.
No. Scream it out loud, denounce me. If you are silent, I will hate you even more. I want the world to know.
But you are on from the start to seek what cannot be done.
If that is what you believe, then leave me to my own folly. Leave me to the suffering and the terror. But be sure that I will suffer nothing so shameful as death without honor.
If that's what you believe, then go your way. But mindless is your journey, though you're too allowed by all your family.
Covered with the wings white as snow he came, weapons and feather crests bristling in the sun. On the night seas, he stood above our city's home, hovers there, being thirsty for blood, a black pickle of death.
But then before the flames of war could burn our towers proud, before he could slake his jaw's thirst with our blood,
He was turned back.
The war god screamed at his back.
these
Rose like a dragon behind him.
Zeus hates the boast of a proud tongue.
And seeing his enemy rolling on like mighty stream in arrogance clash of gold, he struck the man who rushed our tower's heights, struck him down in bolts of fire, before his mouth could scream the cry of victory.
On the night seas, traitor.
To the echoing grounds he fell, twisting hard, fire yet in his hand.
This man in mad attack had raised against us in his hate. And the war god's boiling blood marked now one, now another for black death. Seven captains stood at the seven gates, seven against seven. They lowered their weapons, yielded to the might of Zeus, who turns the battle. All
new twist of fate.
What plan beats in his mind?
Why has he summoned us all?
People of Thebes, I have summoned you all here from every corner of the city because I know that I can trust you. You were loyal to Laius, our king, and you were loyal to Oedipus when he restored the state. You were loyal yet again to his descendants when he died. Now, it is I who hold the full power of the throne, for it falls to me on a single day of the double death of the two brothers Antigone and Polynices. Killer and kill were one flesh, and the flesh was polluted by spilt blood. I love my city. I love no human being more than my city. And that is why I have issued this edict concerning the two sons of Oedipus. Antigone, who died defending our city, brave spear in hand, will be buried with all the honor we bestow upon fallen heroes. But Polynices, who returned from exiles to burn and pillage his father's land, who sought to spill the blood of his own, to overturn his God, who sought to enslave us. No one in this city may bury him, nor mourn for him. Unbury his body will feed the carrion birds and the wild dogs. For this is my command.
My lord, you have the right to make this a law.
You have the power to rule over the living and the dead, the traitor and the patriot.
See that you enforce the law. We are old.
Entrust us to the end.
That is not what I mean. Centuries watches the corpse now.
Then what would you have us do?
Give no heed to those who break the law. No support.
I am not a fool.
I have no love of death.
Ah, and the price is death. But there are many a man who would risk his future for money.
Oh, my lord. I'm not saying I'm out of breath. No, I didn't really put my best foot forward coming in here. In fact, I often stopped to think enough and nearly went back to where I came from. I kept thinking, go there and you'll pay for it. Idiot! Get going. Or if Creon would find out from somebody else, it'll be even worse. So I kept on thinking. I kept on slowing down. Took me less far, but it took me long enough. So I am finally here. Now, this may seem like nonsense to you, but let me tell you that I hope to not be harmed. But what is going to happen is going to happen.
You have some bad news. What has made you so uneasy?
First, let me tell you about myself. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And it's not fair if I get in trouble for it.
The news? What is it?
Oh, it's terrible. I don't know where to begin.
Out with it, and then be off with you.
Oh, yeah, the corpse. Well, someone buried it. Dried death sprinkled over the flesh, all rituals completed.
Who dared to do this?
Who? I don't know. The ground was hard and dry. There was no sign of digging, no tracks in the dry dust. No, the person who did this left not a trace. Nothing! Accusations fell. Everyone did it. No one did it. Finally, after all questions were put aside, one man spoke up. It was clear to me you had to be told. We all stared at the ground in fear. For what the man said had convinced us all. And we cast lots and I won. So that's why I'm here. I don't want to be here, and I'm pretty sure you don't want me here either, because no one likes the bearer of bad news.
As I listened, I could only think that this was some god's doing.
Stop. You are fools. not risk my anger, for it runs deep. Some gods. Intolerable. The gods care nothing of his corpse. Or do you perhaps think they buried him, since he treated them so well? After all, he did come to burn their temples, break their law, overturn their image, pillage their lands. Do you see gods ever honoring such wicked men? No. No, these men... Oh, I can see it. Oh, I can see it. They bribed the guards to do this. Money. There's nothing in this world that corrupts so much as money. Now listen to me. If you do not bring me the man who dare lay his hand upon the corpse right before my very eyes, death will not be enough for the likes of you. I will string you up alive until you unmask this criminal. And maybe then you'll learn a lesson. Greed extracts a heavy price.
Can I say something, or should I just go?
Every time you open your mouth, you irritate me.
Where exactly? The ears or heart?
Why must you anatomize my discomfort?
The person who did this basically hurts their heart. Your ears.
Talk, talk, talk! That is all you're good for.
No, maybe, but I didn't do anything.
That's coming from someone who sold his soul for money.
You know it's terrible when you make a guess and the guess is simply not true.
You and your guesses. Let me talk again. Look, if you do not bring me the man who laid his hand upon the corpse, you'll be talking about your punishment that the money inflicted on you.
Well, I pray to find the man who did this, but that is in the hands of fate. Well, you've seen the last of me. I didn't expect to get away. Oh, no, I didn't. Thanks be to the gods, I'm safe.
What a piece of work is man in
its name.
This is Antigone.
Anguished daughter of an anguished father.
Oh God, what can this mean?
Cannot be that she's broken the king's law.
You have been cut in shame. In shame.
We found this woman burying the body.
Speak to me, your lord. What has happened?
My lord, you terrified me. I swore I'd never come back. You threatened me. Now I'm a happy man. I'm back. I'm back. I swore not to come back. I'm back, and I brought the girl. Caught her burying the body. This time we didn't have to castle up. It was mine for the taking. Now I bring you the news. Anyways, take her, O Lord. Question her. Find out the truth. Me? I'm free. You can't put any of this against me.
Tell me exactly what has happened.
It's obvious. She was burying the body. That's it.
That's the truth. You understand the consequences.
She was burying the body. Breaking your law. Is that not enough?
Give me details how she was caught.
Well, kind of like this. When we got back, we saw the girl. She screamed shrill like a bird that's lost its young. She moaned and groaned at the sight of the naked corpse. And she cursed the ones that did this awful deed. She took dry dirt, raised a pitcher of bronze, and poured libations upon the corpse. 3 comforts for the dead. We saw this, and we rushed down the hill. She was calm, and we questioned her. It was you who buried the body, and you did it the first time. She did not say no. Now I'm happy. I'm happy, but it hurts. It hurts. I'm happy to be found not guilty, but it hurts to hurt a friend. But forget these second thoughts. I'm just happy to be safe.
You there, with your head bowed low. Do you admit to this or deny it?
I did it. Nothing more.
Go! You're free. You knew this was against the law? Yes or no?
I knew. Of course I knew. Everyone knew.
And you still did it? You still broke the law?
It is not God's law. Zeus made no such law. You are a mere mortal. And what you decree is nothing in the face of the laws of God, unwritten and beyond truth. I am not afraid of any man. Man's power means nothing. I am afraid of the anger of the gods. And therefore I have kept their laws. I knew that I would die, of course. But your threats meant nothing. For if you live in grief such as mine, what is death but a victory? So there is no grief in death for me. But if I left my mother's son to rot unburied, I would feel grief. But now I grieve not at all. You may think me a fool, but folly may be in the eye of the beholder.
The girl speaks bitter words.
She is her father's child.
He fought fate. So does she.
The proud crack first. And this girl is proud, arrogant. She broke our law, our city's law, and now she boasts of it. She laughs. She laughs at my man's face, and I am nothing if she wins. She is my sister's child, but if she was my own daughter, she would die. For her and her sister, for I accuse Ismene too. She took part in this burial. Call her out here. I saw house.
Do you want more than my death and my arrest?
Nothing. Nothing.
What are you waiting for then? Nothing you say do I agree with. I pray I never will. And I know nothing I say will touch your heart. And these people here, they praise what I did. But fear makes them slaves.
That is not what they think.
That is what they think. But in fear they seal their lips.
Are you not ashamed to be the only one who thinks this way?
I am not ashamed. When was it a shame to honor your brother?
But was it not your brother who killed him?
Yes, my brother. Yes, my mother's son.
And to bury him is a crime, not an act of grace.
His dead brother would not say so.
And you make no distinction.
No, I do not. For it was a free man who died.
Making war on this country. Eteocles died in defense of it.
Death is a fair judge. All men are equal.
The good and the bad are not necessarily equal.
But who knows if this is eternal truth?
When a man you hate dies, this does not simply become your friend.
I was born to share love, not hate.
Then go down, love the death below. For you are a woman, and I am a man. That is all there is to say.
Look, Ismene is coming out.
She weeps, for she loves her sister. Her cheeks are torn with nails of grief.
You there, poisonous viper. You hid in the shadows of my house, sucking my lifeblood dry. But I was blind. The pair of you fought to overthrow the throne. Admit it. You were in this together. Or will you swear you knew nothing at all?
I did it. If she will allow it. I'm her partner. I share the blame.
Justice will say no. You had no desire to be my partner, nor did I allow it.
The journey for me is to die with you, bringing glory to the dead.
You cannot die with me. You chose to live. My death's enough.
Sister, don't deprive me of honor. Honor for me is to die with you.
You cannot die with me. The death and the dead know who did this.
What love can there be left when you're gone?
Ask Creon. He is your kinsman and the one you care for.
But you hurt me. It does you no good.
I hurt too. Even when I laugh at you.
What more can I do for you?
Save yourself. I will not begrudge your life.
I'm in torment. I cannot share your fate.
No. You chose life. I chose death.
But I talked to you. I warned you.
In some people's eyes you were right, in others wrong.
But we both have lost.
Be strong. You will live. My breath died long ago.
Of these sisters, one proved to be a fool just now. The other was a fool at birth.
Yes, my lord. When people are in pain, common sense leaves them behind.
You have lost your common sense when you chose to do evil with such an evil girl.
What life is there for me to live without her?
Do not speak of her. She is no more.
Will you kill the future wife of your son?
Oh, he can plow the fields.
But they were bound together like no other.
I hate the thought of my son marrying such an evil woman.
Haman! Your father robs you of your rights.
You and your marriage utterly repel.
You will deprive your son of his bride.
Death will destroy this marriage.
It is then determined that this girl must die.
And so must you. and so must I. Now, the two of you, inside. They must be watched. They must be women with no means to escape. But even brave men run in fear once they see death coming close.
Happy is the man whose life has never tasted pain. For when a house is shaken, no generation ends. It's the curses ever serving, like the waves that swell with the north wind, with the sea, and the black death spew their sand. Time out of mind, I have seen the sorrows of this house, seen them loom and come crashing down upon the children. The last roots of the tree of Oedipus cut by the bloody knife. The god of death wills it. Madness, fury have made it so. Zeus, no man can surpass the majesty of your power. Sleep cannot be dim its glory, nor in the endless moving of the months of time. Yours is the kingdom of Olympus, shining heights. Yours the power and glory, time past now and forever. But in the light of man, no pride can escape the anger of the gods. Ambition stops the ignorant till knowledge comes through fire. This saying holds the wisdom of the truth. The man who believes the bad to be good lives in the grip of the curse of God. His pleasure is brief, his doom eternal.
My lord, here is your only son Haman.
Does he come in grief for Antigone?
In anger for the loss of his bride?
We have no need for prophets. We should know soon enough. My son, do you come in fury and deference to the father that you love? You have heard my last judgment, my last words.
My father, you have always set me on a straight path. Your wisdom will always be my guide. I will not sacrifice that for any marriage.
My son, your heart tells you true. Never put anything above your father's will. Do not let the desire of a woman rule your mind. This thing in your arms will soon grow cold. Once you knew you had a wicked wife or a lover. Wicked lover in the bed. What's knife can cut as deep? No. Spit her out. Devil that she is, let her be a bride in hell. She was caught. She was the only one to disobey me, and I will not be called alive. She must die. Whoever the city has put in charge has to be obeyed, whether in all things. Important, unimportant, just, unjust, and I will not be beaten by a woman. Is a woman to be seen as stronger than we are?
My father, the gods have given men the power to think. I could not find words to turn your words around, for I have no such skill. But someone else might argue differently, and, well, you cannot know everything that people say or do, or how they criticize you. You frighten them. They are afraid to say things that would annoy you. But in the darkness, I have heard them speak of how this he grieves for Antigone, grieves for her unjust punishment. Unjust to die in shame for what was an act of glory and of justice. She would not leave her dead brother to lie unburied for dogs and birds to make an end of him. She deserves a crown of golden glory. My father, your success is my success. There is no greater pleasure for a son than to see his father prosper and achieve undying respect. And a father wishes the same for his son. I beg of you, let your stubbornness die. You not alone know truth. A man who thinks that truth is his alone, who thinks that his eloquence and wisdom surpass all, when his word turns, finds mere emptiness. No, soften your anger. Let the winds pass by. I am young, I know, but let me just say it would be best if men were created with perfect wisdom. But since this is not so, to learn from others when they speak good sense is no disgrace.
If your son has spoken to the point, you should learn from him, and he from you.
Both sides have spoken well.
I should be taught by him. At my age, I should be schooled by a boy.
In nothing that is unjust. True, I am young, but look not at my age, but at what I do.
Even if what you do is to respect anarchy,
I have no respect for those who break the law.
but isn't Antigone so charged?
Your fellow citizens believe her to be innocent.
Is the city to tell me how to govern?
Now who is speaking like a boy?
I and I alone give orders in this city.
It is no city if it belongs to one man.
The law states that the city is the property of its ruler.
And all alone you'd be a fine king of a deserted city.
He has given in to the woman.
If you are the woman, then it is only you I care for.
You unspeakable thing, you. Contradicting your father.
I must when you act without justice.
Is it so unjust to respect the duties of my office?
There is no respect. You are trampling on divine law.
Your whole argument is to protect her.
And you, and me, and the gods under the earth.
You will not marry her. Not while she's alive.
Then she must die. But her death will bring another death.
Ah. Now your arrogance is full flood. You dare threaten me?
It is no threat to try and stop your senseless plans.
You are the one without sense. And you will regret this argument.
If you were not my father, I would say you were mad.
Don't call me your father. You belong to that woman.
You always want to speak, never to listen.
So, by the gods, I will not be abused like this and get away with it. I will bring her here. Bring her right before your eyes, and she will die. Die in the bridegroom's arms.
No! Never. She will not die in my arms. And you will never set eyes on this face again. Share your madness with the others, but not with me. Not with me.
My lord, he is gone.
His anger runs deep. Such a state of mind in the young is dangerous.
Let him go. Let him think. Let him do whatever his arrogance feeds him. In any case, the girls must die.
Both of them, my lord.
No. No, you are right. Not the one who did not do this.
And what death have you chosen for Antigone?
She will walk the ground where no man has walked the desert ground before. Sealed in a tomb. Still alive. She'll be given just enough food to clear the city of its guilt of death. There she can pray to the only God that she knows, God of death. Maybe he can save her. Or maybe she'll learn just too late how pointless it is to honor those already dead.
Invincible God, you take whatever we possess. You sleep in the soft bed of a young girl's cheeks. You can cross all oceans, move at ease through the wild. Not the immortal God, not man who lives but a day can escape your embrace. He who possesses you goes mad. Even the just man loses his mind. You twist him into injustice. You made this quarrel of a father and a son, provoking shared blood. Desire shines in the eyes of a beautiful bride. Shines, conquers, and the ordered world dissolves. For Aphrodite smiles as she kills. For Aphrodite smiles as she kills.
Now my world dissolves.
I see Antigone going to that chamber where all men sleep.
I cannot hold back my tears. Citizens of this my homeland, you see me now walking the last steps of my life, seeing the last rays of the sun, then never again. In this life I never heard the music of the marriage hymn, nor the laughter. Death, in whose arms all men sleep, leads me now to the cold waters of Acheron to be his living bride.
But in right faith, you walk into the darkness, untouched by savage swords, not slain by the savage sword, untouched by wasting sickness. You walk in life down into the house of death.
I know the sad story of Niobe, for the deep pity of her death. She too was sheathed in stone, choked by the mountain's ivy grip. As she fades from life, she is washed by endless showers and soft snow. Her grieving eyes shed eternal tears that soak her cheeks of stone. I know her story. Some God has made it mine.
She was a god and born of gods. We are mortal and born to die.
Mock me not. Could you not wait till I had gone? Must you throw insults in my face? O gods of my country, O my city of Thebes, I call upon Dirce's holy waters, upon this sacred land that protects its people. Look upon me now. Witness my silent, unmourned death. Remember the law that buries me in a grave of rock. I am alive! But soon I will sleep with the corpses, having a home with neither the living nor the dead.
You climbed to the highest summit of justice, and you fell, perhaps paying for your father's pain.
My father. Oh, you touched the deepest sorrow of my heart. Generations have spilled grief upon grief. There's a doom that haunts our house. Mother and son, breeding life, breeding death. These were my parents. I, their child. I go now to be with them. I did not marry. I did not breed. That is my curse. My brother, your life, your death have killed me.
You honored the dead,
So we shall honor you.
but power cannot be thwarted.
You chose. You died.
No one weeps for me. No one sings the last wedding song. I have no friends. I walked to death. Last light kissing my eyes. Silence.
You see your grief. You mourn your own death. But it is too late. You cannot change what is coming. Now, take her. Open the tomb. Seal her inside. There she can choose death or buried alive. In any case, our hands are clean. You are free from guilt. Now, it is time for you to leave this earth.
My tomb, death's bedroom, where I shall sleep forever. Soon I will be with my family, pale corpses whom Persephone welcomed. I am the last and the most accursed, for I have won death before my time. But I know I shall see again those that I love, my dear father, and you, my mother, and my brothers too. Oh, Polynices, you know the price I paid for covering your body. But in the eyes of the wise, what I did was right. What law of God have I broken? I have done no wrong. Why in my grief do I look to the gods for help? They care nothing for me. I followed the laws of God, and yet I am condemned for ungodliness. The gods believe this sentence just, will learn the truth in death. But if this man here is the guilty one, may his punishment equal mine.
The storm winds in her heart are raging still.
Her gods will regret letting her linger here.
Your words bring death even closer.
I have no reason to contradict you.
Thebes, my father's city, you gods of old. I am led away, and there is no more time. Look upon me, you people of Thebes. I am the last of this throne of kings.
Remember my suffering and who inflicted it, because I would not break the laws of God.
What news do you bring me?
I will speak, but you must trust a prophet's words.
I have always listened to your advice,
And so you govern our city well.
and I have you to thank.
But now you walk upon a razor's edge.
What do you mean? The words make me shudder.
You will understand when you have heard the meaning of my part. I sat as an old, secret haven where I listened to the sacred screams of birds. I heard Bird cries I have never known, for they screeched mad and inarticulate. I could hear the murderous tearing of their talons, heard the dying of their wings. I was afraid. I lit a fire and sacrifice upon the altar. The flames refused the flesh, and the slimy ooze dripped from the thighs, sputtered, smoked, and died. The fat dripped and dripped, but did not burn. The meaning of my art is clear. The ritual failed. The city is diseased because of your decision. Every altar in town is glutted with the spewed out flesh of Polynices, regurgitated by dogs and birds, the sons of Oedipus. The gods will accept no sacrifice from us, not prayer, nor flesh, nor flame. The birds cry in the air, but I do not understand their cries, for they are gorged with the oozing blood of the dead. Think about these things, my son. All men make mistakes, but a wise and determined man will change his course when he knows that he is wrong. He will cure the sickness. Pride breeds disaster. Why kill the dead a second time? Listen to me. I speak only for your good, to learn from such a man as me, who knows what is right, is not a painful thing, especially if what he says will do you good.
Oh, man. All of you. Like archers aiming at a target. You turned your bows on me. I know you and your so-called art. You treat me as a piece of merchandise to be bought and sold. But you will never bury that body. Not if eagles were to come down and tear its flesh. Leave it as an offering to the throne of Zeus. I will not give them up. I'm not afraid of pollution. No men, no mortal men can pollute the gods. Tiresias, it is a shameful thing when a man sells his knowledge. Tell lies to make a profit.
Ah, is there no man who can understand or tell?
Tell what? What trite pearl of wisdom do you have for us?
No man who knows that wisdom is better far than gold.
And that to be a fool is the most dangerous thing?
You are the fool. That is your sickness.
I do not wish to contradict a prophet.
Too late. You said I lied.
Prophets. All they care about is money.
Tyrants. All they think of is power.
Take care. You are talking to a king.
I know who helped you to the throne.
You may be a wise man, but you are corrupt.
Stop. You will make me say things that should remain unspoken.
Then speak. But no, there'll be no profit in this for you.
There will be no profit in this for you.
I will not change. No matter how much money changes hand.
Take what I say to heart. Before the passing of the sun into its depths, you will give corpse for corpse, flesh of your flesh. You have lost the meaning of the life above and the death below. You send a living breath into a lifeless tomb. You keep on earth a body which belongs below, denying it the grave. The gods above cannot claim him now, nor you. He belongs to the gods beneath the earth, and so the Furies will track you down, lurking in the dark, they will pounce upon their prey. You wish to talk of money now? Soon, within your house, you will hear the wailing screams of mourning. You, left upon the field of war, bodies to rot for birds and dogs to bury with their jaws. The fathers of these sons will rise against you now. The stench of your sin will settle upon the earth. Yes, I am an archer. The arrow of my tongue shoots straight into the heart. I will go home now. Let him spill his rage on younger men. Let him still his angry tongue and learn truth.
My lord, these are words of terror. He has gone.
But his message remains. I am old, but never yet has he proved it false.
I know this too. Troubles me so. My pride brings stubbornness. Then destruction is at hand.
Listen to me. Hear what I have to say.
I am ready. I will listen.
Go, now.
Release Antigone.
Tear the rocks from her tomb.
Bury the waiting dead.
Is that what you think?
There is no time. God move as quick as light.
Destruction falls heavy upon the fools of this earth.
It is hard to deny what I believe in. But I will go. I cannot fight destiny.
You must do this yourself. You cannot leave it to others.
I will go now. Immediately. I imprisoned her. Shall I set her free? The laws of gods are old and mighty, and a man must follow them to his death. Wash your body in our sacred waters.
Women wild, with your will within them.
Whirl in the night of the sea of dragons.
Help us now, God of many names! The nymphs laugh on the hills, and in the light of burning torches you come to us. You come to us from the mountains where your ivy clings, and the waters of Castalia wash you clean. We cry your name aloud. Ahoy! Ahoy! You are our God, our Lord of Thebes. This is your city, Thebes, where your mother birthed and died. We are sick, diseased. Heal us now. Heal us now. Come to us across the grieving
happiness. You cannot say that he is alive. He is a corpse that breathes. Live your rich life in your palace. Sport the trappings of a king. But once your happiness is gone, you are nothing but smoke shadow in the sun.
You talk of kings. What news do you have for us?
They are dead. The living are guilty of their death. Who is dead? Who was the killer? Speak. Haman is dead, murdered by his own hand.
His or his father's?
He killed himself, driven mad by the murder his father had committed.
Tiresias, you saw and told the truth.
This is my news. You must think of what to do.
Now here is Eurydice, Creon's poor wife.
Has she come out of the palace by chance? Or did she hear something of her son?
I heard your words as I was coming out to pray at Athena's shrine. As I moved the bolts which locked the door, I heard of my own pain. I fainted, and I fell back into my woman's arms. But, speak again. I have no grief before.
Dear lady, I was there. I will tell you all that happened. I will not try to ease your pain by lying. This is the truth. I followed your husband to the edge of the plain whereupon his corpse was laying still. It had been torn apart by wild dogs. From afar, one of us heard a voice grieving within that accursed place. He ran back to tell Creon. The king approached. All he could hear were deep groans. The words were unintelligible. He cried out, "Am I a prophet now? Am I walking along the sad path of my wretched life? I hear my son weeping. Hurry, go to the tomb and look inside. Tear the rocks aside. Look through the crevice and tell me if that is Haman's voice I'm hearing, or if the gods are deceiving me." We did as we were told. In the far corner of the tomb, we saw her. She was hanging by the neck in a noose made of her own linen scarf. Haman had his arms around her. He moaned aloud for the death of his bride, her departure from this life, and cursed his father. When Creon saw him, he moaned aloud, moved toward him, and called out, "What have you done? My son, speak to me. What is in your mind? Your suffering is killing you. Come out to me. I beg you, come to me." Haman looked at him, his eyes on fire. He spat in his father's face and then said not a word. Suddenly, he drew his sword and lunged at his father. Creon leapt aside. In a fury, Haman turned the sword upon himself, fell upon it hard. The blade entered his side. Half its length pierced his flesh. Still conscious, he crawled towards the girl and gently put his arms around her. Blood spurted from his mouth and stained her white cheek. Corpse lay upon corpse. This was their bridal bed. The hymn of their marriage is now sung in the halls of death. He did not listen to good sense, but in his death, he is a lesson to all mankind.
The queen left without a word. What do you make of this?
I do not know what to think. We can only hope she meets the grief in private with her women, away from the general public. She knows what's best.
Perhaps. Her silence weighs heavier upon me than any cry of grief.
You may be right. I too fear the silence. I will go inside and see if in the wildness of her heart she means to hurt herself.
Here comes Creon, holding grief in his heart, bringing home his own damnation.
the sins of my heart, the murdering crimes of my heart. You see before you the killer and the son he killed. What price to pay for one's love for the city? My son died too young. Too young. I was the fool, not him. He died in innocence.
You have learned truth. Too late. Too late.
I have learned in my tears, some God has struck me down, pressed his heavy weight upon my happiness, drove me to madness, crushed me under the weight of heaven's curse. Pity, sorrow.
You hold one sorrow in your heart, but there is more, and you will find it in the palace.
What further sorrow can there be?
The queen is dead. The mother of the poor child. Her wounds bleed still.
All men must tremble. I weep in the sorrows of your words. I was dead before. You've killed me again. My son! My wife! Dead!
Now you see, all is in the light.
Yeah. I look upon the second anguish of this day. I just held my son. Now, look at the body of my wife. Pity the mother. Pity the son.
By the altar, she fell upon a sword, and her eyes embraced the darkness. She moaned for Megros, her firstborn, and for this child here. She cursed you, the killer of her children.
It courses through my veins. Will no one turn their sword on me? Pity this pitiful man by killing him.
She held you guilty at the death of both her sons.
Tell me once more. Once more of how she died.
When she heard of Haman's death, she thrust the blade through her heart.
The guilt is mine. All mine. Share another day, another dawn.
That is in the future.
We must live in the present.
What will be is out of our hands.
Oh, my heart was in that prayer.
Pray no more.
No man can escape what fate has in store for him.
Lead me away. This man, and him his madness killed. Oh, you, my wife, and you, my son. I did not mean to do this. Where can I turn? Where lay my head to rest? Whatever my life has touched has turned to dust. Cruel fate has struck